Hey everyone, it's Christine with Indigo Wings. I'm back. I missed last week's video. I'm sorry. I just couldn't get it together to get one done when we got back from our trip. So here I am. I'm doing one now. So the video for this week is for June 25th through July 2nd. We have some probably potentially like residual energies from the new moon that we had on Friday. It was a super moon, even though we couldn't see it because it was closer to the earth. I've heard kind of mixed things from people. For some, it sounds like it was, you know, they were feeling it. It stirred things up. For others, not so much. So I don't really have a lot to touch on with that. I'm back to my regular reading schedule. Yeah, I'm a little scattered. It's been a busy week, so I'm a little scattered. One thing that I am doing, I wanted to offer a special in honor of the summer solstice, and I'm a little late, but I figured better late than never. So my special that I am offering is twin flame readings for $55. So that is the reading that I do every week. So the 3 cards on each side and the 4 in the middle for $55. That's a pretty big discount, I think. And that special is only going to be good this week, the 25th. Well, I mean, if you're watching this on Sunday, I'm taping this Sunday, the 24th of June. So the 24th of June through July 2nd, that special will be good for. This $55 special is also going to apply to my twin flame separation readings as well. So all twin flame readings are $55. Just know that the regular twin flame reading, which is the one where I'm reading both energies, it's just 3 cards on each side. So I will let you know at the end of this video how to place an order for that, because the price is not going to be changed on my website. I will give you the information on how you can order that reading. And that's really all I have to talk about. I'm sorry if this video is a little dark. I'm feeling like it's a little coming across to me on the camera a little dark. I don't know what's going on with the lighting today. So I apologize if it's dark for you when you're watching it. Oh well. So for those of you who are not familiar with how I do my readings, I'm just going to give you a little information on how I do it. The cards that are on my left side are the feminine. The cards on my right side are for the masculine. I refer to the masculine and the feminine energy mostly because it's easier in terms of me referring to each twin, but know that the masculine and the feminine, this can pertain to same-sex relationships, and that the feminine energy can be the predominant energy in a male, or the masculine can be a predominant energy in the female. So for example, typically most of the men who would be watching this video, most of the time they are the feminine energy. But I do have masculine energy sometimes watching these videos as well. Take what resonates from this reading. If it doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. You know, it's not a big deal. It's not the message for you. If this message or what I'm saying resonates with you, awesome. If it feels like I'm talking directly to you, then I am the reader for you. And you know, you should consider trying out a reading with me. So with that, I am going to hop right into the reading for this week. And I have to say, I'm pretty pleased with the cards that I pulled. I'm glad, you know, that this is what I'm coming back to after some time off. So starting with the feminine side, the cards, I had two cards come out. And you know what, before, I'm going to kind of give like a quick overview. Really interesting things happened when I was pulling the cards. There's a lot of 4s, there's a lot of 2s, and a lot of 9s that came up in this reading. There were some other numbers too, but like there was repeating ones. And what was interesting with the feminine's cards, she got 422 and the masculine got 229. And I think that was kind of interesting. And so I'm just going to tell you really quickly. So 2 to me, you know, the 2 is about balance, partnership, union. The 4, stability, dependability, honesty, patience, which I feel like patience is a really big theme that's coming out in this. And 9, you know, 9, you get transitions, ending. But I, for this, looked up the number 9 because I felt like there's more to the number 9 than just transitions, end of a phase, end of a cycle. And the number 9 can also be looked at as progress. The number 9 can also be looked at as renewal, which I really liked that. And then the number 9 can also be looked at as drama, which I think that sometimes anytime you have like the end of a phase or end of a cycle, transition, even progress, you know, any of those things, drama can come along with that too, depending on how it's going. So I felt like that was really appropriate to share. So, okay, so the cards that came up for the feminine, there's 2 4s. You have open up and joy and stability. And the clarifying card that I got here was the Hermit. And I've been kind of having a lot of, you know, a lot of introspection lately. And, you know, I had the pleasure this last Friday to actually meet one of my clients in an area that's close by to where I live called Lilydale, New York. And it's a very spiritual place. And I learned a lot while we were there. And you know, I thought it was really interesting when these cards came up because it was a lot of what I've been seeing over the last few days, which tells me that this is a bigger thing. You know, it's not just the people who are in my circle who are going through these types of things. And so the message that I'm getting here is that, you know, feminine, how many of you are hiding, closing yourselves off from things, or maybe alienating yourselves from people that you used to be around? Because what I'm getting is that you need to open up, especially with your masculine twin. I'm getting that as much as many of you want to come together, and I feel like I've touched on this before about, you know, say that your twin was like, hey, I'm ready, let's do this. How many of you would actually really be able to do it? I don't think that everybody would be able to jump right in and do it. And I feel like this is going along with that. I feel like there's some very deeply rooted fears that the feminine have, that are holding them back from coming together with their masculine twin. And these fears are different for each one. Some of you, the first thought that pops into your head right now as I'm talking about this, that's what you need to work on. That's a block that you have. For others of you, you might need to do a little more introspection on it. You know, you might have like some surface issues, like, oh, he didn't text me back, or, you know, something that's like really not that big of a deal. But if you dig deeper, you know, why does that bother you? What does that bring out in you? What are you afraid of? And keep asking yourself, what am I afraid of? What scares me about this person? What scares me about this relationship with this person? I think you'll figure out what it is that you are not allowing to come to the surface. And I think that whatever it is, I think you need to open up about that. I think it could create, this could be an opportunity to create a really good dialogue between you and your twin, you know, and do it however you're comfortable. You know, I'm hearing some of you may need to do it in 5 days. Some of you may need to write an email. For some, it'll be much better to have a face-to-face conversation. But your masculine twin needs you to be vulnerable. They need to know what's going on with you, and by opening up, you're gonna help move this energy that's blocking you, and it's gonna bring you to that joy and stability that you're looking for within this dynamic. Doesn't mean everything's gonna like be perfect, but you know, you believe it or not, feminine, you are holding some things back. You are holding some things in. And it's I feel like for some of you, when you realize it, it's gonna kind of like rock your boat. It's gonna like, whoa, it's me. You know, it's them too. You know, I mean, they're not perfect, but you know, so many times the feminine is ready to point the finger at the masculine and say, well, they don't do this and they don't do that. It's not all them. There's movement needed on both sides. And so the card that comes up on the masculine side is the sacral chakra. And so this is the 2, one of the 2s that came up. And the clarifying card that came up is the 4 of air. You know, in this I'm getting, you know, it's like a real, like, I'm tired and feeling defeated and just, you know, like they need a break. Because what I'm getting with that sacral chakra, you know, that's dealing with like your desires and your passions and it's what I'm feeling with this, you know, it's like they feel like they don't deserve to have the life they desire. It's like they feel like they're undeserving, or it feels like it's like they have this feeling like, well, this is my lot in life and I'm stuck with it, kind of thing. And they're so tired of all of it, and they just want to take a break. And it's just, you know, it's just like a moment. It's just like, I'm down in the dumps. Like, this is hard. Like, we all have those times and those moments. And it's like, oh, this hurts me. Like, I'm like feeling the pain right now in my heart chakra. Like, of just that feeling of like unfulfillment. And, you know, they're just trying to figure things out. They're just trying to figure things out. So the next card on the masculine side is Spread Your Wings, which is that 2 again, and Dreams Coming True. And I feel like, you know, as they take that break, you know, I feel like some of this new moon energy, it's stirring up the thoughts of new beginnings and plans for the future. And I think there's some stuff going on with Venus and Taurus and not wanting to let go of things that you love. And I feel like, you know, they move into a place of, you know, again, seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, knowing that their dreams can come true, knowing that they're just in a phase that, you know, they can move out of this time in their life. And the next card, the clarifying card I pulled here, is the Page of Water. And you know, this is about, you know, relationship beginning a new phase. And you know, and I feel like, you know, they're moving out of that woe is me, wallowing phase that they were in, and moving into like, you know, I got this, everything's gonna be fine, everything's gonna work out. You know, just being in that better mindset. You know, it's like something, I feel like with the Spread Your Wings card, something is going to work out for them. And that's going to kind of get the ball rolling on helping them feel better about things. And, you know, and I almost feel like the feminine opening up about something, whatever it is that you're vulnerable about with him, it is going to help to push the masculine into this dreams coming true phase. You know, because they want to be closer to you too. And to open up and be vulnerable with them. Like, they feel like they can protect you. They feel like they can take, you know, like, they can make you feel better. And they want to be able to do that. The next card that comes up for the feminine is Find Balance. And that's another, you know, that's a 2. And then the clarifying card that I pulled is the 3 of Fire. And with everything that I've been talking about, I really love that the 3 of Fire came up as a clarifier. So the fine balance, you know, I can see the feminine getting like really giddy, like, oh, I was vulnerable and I exposed myself and he didn't run away. You know, there's like a positive, you know, like it went well, and, you know, we're taking, you know, we're growing closer. You have to find that, you have to balance that. Don't go into like crazy obsessive mode again. You know, you got to stay balanced. Balance, you know, that love you have for your twin and with the rest of your life. You know, don't forget to focus on yourself and that self-love and doing things for yourself. Like, don't put all the focus back on him. And then the 3 of Fire is such a good reminder for you with the finding balance. You know, the 3 of Fire is all about things are looking really good, but you need to have patience at this time. You know, the plans that you're making together are for the future. They are out far ahead. And, you know, you've got the girl here with her best friend who's a dragon, and he's like her protector. And they're sitting on this hill overlooking the valley. And that's like kind of what, like, it reminds me of the feminine and her masculine twin, you know, sitting at the beginning of the life together, you know, and they're just kind of like on the horizon of it. They're overlooking everything. And, you know they just have to wait. They're not there yet. They still have things they have to do before they get down into that valley and start living there. You know, but things still, it looks very good. It looks good. Have patience. So I'm trying to decide. So the next card on the masculine's side is that 9, and it's rest and reconsider. And, you know, I think that it's like a very typical up and down roller coaster that we see in this twin dynamic and with the masculine. And, you know, so I feel like, you know, you got that rest and reconsider. You know, I feel like it's not so much about the feminine. He's just overwhelmed. Because this person who's sitting on the rocks, you know, they're sitting, but they're looking over at the feminine. And I feel like there is just drama going on in their life. There's just stuff going on, and they may not necessarily share that with the feminine because they just don't want to stress the feminine out. They don't want to bring them down. So feminine, you might not know why, you know, if he gets quiet, if he pulls back, it's not you. He's looking at you. He just needs a break from everything. And the clarifying card here is the Wheel. So, you know, just because he's chilling out for a minute, you know, fortune's on his side. Things are going to suddenly be moving forward. You know, and the 10 breaks down to a 1 for new beginnings. So it's all going to be okay. Now, I think what's really perfect is the card that is on the feminine side for this, which is listen. And I think exactly what has to happen here for the feminine is you need to listen to your intuition, because your ego is going to be screaming at you that something's wrong. But your gut, your intuition, your inner guidance is going to be telling you everything is okay. He's just quiet. He's just going through some stuff. You know, you've got that too for that balance, the partnership. Everything's fine. And the underlying card here is a 9. You know, your dreams are coming true. You have a love of life and there are no concerns. And it's like your inner guidance and your inner voice is going to be telling you that. It's going to be, it's going to be screaming equally as loud, I hope, as your ego. That everything is okay. So the underlying, or the crowning energy that you're both going to be coming into is rebuild, which, you know, as I've said before, this card is the equivalent to the Tower, which is, you know, life experience, epiphany, a revelation, you know, but you notice at the bottom, lightning is striking the bottom. So, you know, you need to rebuild that foundation, you know, but you've got the light at the heart center. And this isn't a bad thing. You know, this card's a 16, which breaks down to a 7, which indicates being on the right path. And, you know, there might be some stuff going on, but what I'm getting is that you're both coming into a point where you can start from the foundation and build that foundation and be strong. The two clarifying cards that came up here were the King of Air and Release. And the King of Air is, it's about balancing mental and emotional. So, you know that it's about that balance again. It's also about speaking your mind. And so I feel like, you know, they're going to be coming to this place with being authentic and speaking their truth. Which, you know, sometimes when people are speaking their truth, that's when the revelations happen. That's when epiphanies take place, because somebody's been very honest and authentic, and, you know, that's when things really get really real. It doesn't have to be bad. You know, it's just, and that's why you need to be balancing the mental and the emotional considerations, you know, and, you know, just work on that balance. But then, you know, you have the Release card, which, you know, this is the end of a phase, and a spiritual transformation, which, you know, that's what a lot of what this journey is about, is this spiritual transformation. And you know, like I've said before, like, you know, many twin flame pairs are moving from one step to the next. And so yeah, like, yeah, it's the end of one phase and the beginning of a next. Like, you're ascending from one point to the next. You're moving through your process. And for some of you, that's your spiritual transformation. So the underlying energy here is change your focus. And so what I'm getting with the change your focus, the clarifying card that I got here is the Ten of Earth, and the Ten of Earth is all about, you know, the happy family life and you know, things going really well, focusing on the magical things in life. And you know, what I'm getting with this card is that, you know, there's going to be some tough spots, you know, where you can very easily get into a funk, especially you feminine, I'm talking to you, you know, where you can dip and let the ego take hold and speak lies to you, and you need to change your focus. You need to replace the negative thoughts and the lies with positives. What do you desire? What are the positive things that you want to see happen? You know, have something to replace those negative thoughts when they pop into your head. Because we're in a powerful time of manifestation right now. So don't let the negative take hold of your mind. Kick it out and have something else there instead. So with this change your focus, I'm really feeling strongly like don't go into a bad place. Change your focus. You know, if this is what you want with your twin, if you want the happy family life, set the intention for this and believe in it. Don't half-ass believe in it, believe in it. So the clarifying card, or not the clarifying card, the underlying energy for the feminine is love. This is the equivalent to the Lover's card. And I feel like, sorry, I've got kids fighting. They just all came in. This is the equivalent to the Lover's card. And I really feel like deep down, like the underlying energy is, you know, just the desire to come together in love with their twin. You know, there's just that desire for union, the desire to come together in love. And the clarifying card that I pulled here is unity. And I'm getting a few things from this. You know, like one, this is confirming, you know, many of the feminines, you know, there's that desire for union and you get unity. But also, I feel like many of the feminine are desiring coming into a partnership with their masculine twin that looks traditional. And what I mean by that is a marriage. And so that's just what like the underlying energy is that I'm getting. And I just want to like point out, sorry about the yelling. I just want to point out that, you know, coming together with your twin can look like a lot of different things. And to remember that you don't have to be married with your twin to have the things that you desire. You know what I mean? I hope that makes sense. So I'm so sorry about the yelling. My 5-year-old is in this little phase where she doesn't like the answer no, and she yells a lot when someone says no. So I'm sorry. Somebody told her no. So I'm sorry. Okay, this is so bad that I'm laughing. I'm sorry, because I don't have to deal with it right now. Okay, so I'm going to try to finish this up so you guys don't have to listen to her yell anymore. Okay, so the underlying energy for the masculine is manifest. And the card that I love that's coming up as a clarifying card is the Lovers. So he wants, his underlying energy is very similar to what the feminine wants. You know, you know, at the end of the day, you both are desiring the same thing. which I think, you know, I feel like was like one of the most important parts of this reading, is that you both desire that intimate partnership with each other. So yeah, I just feel like that's really good. It just, you know, kind of gave me the warm fuzzies when the cards came out. So I have a oracle card, as I always do. And the card that I pulled is Loyal Heart. And the essential meanings of this card are fidelity, loyalty, and devotion. And the relationship message is your partnerships, friendships, and romantic relationships all have many qualities in common right now. Honest devotion, faithfulness, and a loyal heart are being shown to you. Are you as loyal in return? Now is the time for heartfelt commitments and trusting in divine protection. So I think that, you know, I don't really love like the whole "are you as loyal in return" piece of this message, but I feel like, you know, the overall message of these are two people that, you know, you really do have that bond and you're dedicated to each other. And, you know, it doesn't look the way you want it to look right now. And it might not for a while. But the love is there. The love is there. And, you know, keep doing the work. You know, I think that that's the important thing, is just, you know, keep working on it. So that's all I have for you for this week's reading. So for the deal for the $55 twin flame readings, I'm going to put the link below in this video, in the description, for how you can order that reading. You can also email me if you have any questions. So my website is www.indigowingshealing.com. You can email me at indigowingshealing@gmail.com. You can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/indigowingshealing. And then I also have a Facebook group, which is Indigo Wings Soul Connections. I said I would put the link in the description below. And if you have any questions about the $55 readings, please send me an email, let me know. I think that's it. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And I think that's all I've got for this week. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I will talk to you all soon. Bye.